Hello, everyone, and welcome to VMblog's coverage of the VeeamON 2023 conference in Miami, Florida. And today we're joined by Elton Carneiro, the Senior Director of Partnerships at Backblaze. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So just to get things started, maybe can you give VMblog readers a quick overview of Backblaze?
Yes, happy to do so. So we all know that data is the digital world's most precious resource, right? And yet leading on-premise and cloud solutions often make it storing and using data really complicated, conflicted, and costly, right? That's where Backblaze comes in. Backblaze is astonishingly easy cloud storage at 1/5 the cost of the other leading providers like Amazon S3, Azure, Google, and experience enterprise-grade security, availability, and performance for backup, active archive, and other applications, right? So Backblaze B2 Cloud Storage offers hot storage at cold storage prices, and we're astonishingly easy.
And for people that are coming to the event, what can attendees be most interested in your company and its technology?
Yeah, so when it comes to the event, there's two pieces of it. There's the in-person and the virtual, right? For the in-person, attendees must come to our booth because we provide the easiest approach to modern data protection, right, in the cloud. And we do it at a fraction of the price of other vendors. The easy and affordable combination has delivered value for our customers beyond anything that they have expected, right? Beyond offering customers the ability to implement a 3-2-1-1-0 backup strategy, this year at VeeamON, we'll be unleashing a new offering with one of our partners to offer a DRaaS, disaster recovery as a service, at a far more affordable price. Instant business recovery is a solution that allows small to medium-sized enterprises get business continuity at ease and without breaking the bank, right? Our team of amazing experts will be on site and in the virtual event to discuss any of our customers' use cases and how we can solve the problems they face. We also have very cool swag, which is, let's face it, one of the leading motivators for people to show up at booths. So whatever it is, whatever the reason is for you to show up to the event, come find us, come visit us, and we guarantee that you'll be leaving our booth with an opportunity to learn about data protection, but also some cool swag.
Well, in addition to into your swag and everything they're going to learn about you at the booth, if we can dig in a little bit more into Backblaze's technology, what makes you guys unique, or what do you consider some of your key differentiators in the market?
Yeah, so Backblaze B2 Cloud Storage is public cloud storage, right? And we're differentiated by our ease of use, right? It takes seconds to get started up with Backblaze B2. Our affordability, security, and our trusted track record. With over 500,000 customers storing their data with Backblaze, we are the trusted landlord for that data. In addition, Backblaze B2 does not have any hidden fees, right? Plus, with the new solution I mentioned on instant business recovery, right, we are basically helping businesses and organizations prepare and protect themselves from ransomware and other cyber threats out there.
What does your partnership with Veeam look like? How do you fit into the ecosystem?
So Veeam is one of our strategic alliance partners, right? And we've been partners for a number of years, and we align directly with their commitment of ease of use and their mission to help, a Veeam customer base modernize their data protection strategy, right? As a Veeam ready, object with immutability certified partner, customers can send their backups to Backblaze B2 as their primary repository using Veeam's V12 newest feature director object, or as a secondary repository as part of the capacity tier in a scale-out backup repository, right? More importantly, right, Backblaze B2 supports object lock feature, which Veeam can take advantage of when it comes to protecting customers' backups and making them immutable so ransomware cannot modify or destroy that data and those backups. We've seen it many times in the news when ransomware attacks. Now ransomware is getting smarter and smarter by going after backups. Object lock gives the customer that additional security layer in terms of protecting their backups, protecting their data so that they can recover from such an event easily.
Now, you talked a bit about why a VeeamON attendee should come by your booth. Can you give us maybe a sneak peek as to what it is you'll be showing off at the booth this year?
Yeah, our swag, as I mentioned, but also our dress code, right? We have actually decided to blend in with the Miami Vice theme. So come check it out. It's some cool shirts we have going on and so on. But other than that, we have a lot of fun things lined up, right? This year, kind of hot off the press, we've been talking about is the solution that we've built with one of our close partners, Continuity Centers, who's a Veeam VCSP and a longtime Backblaze customer. Right. And this solution allows basically companies to implement a DR plan that meets their business needs and is more affordable than the standard offerings. Right. At the event, we'll be basically highlighting this story in our breakout session on Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. called Build a DRaaS offering at no extra cost. And the story is on exactly how Continuity Centers went about building a DRaaS service for their customers without having to incur additional costs other than choosing Backblaze and Veeam as the providers for that solution. In addition to that, we'll be doing a Miami Beach pub crawl with one of our partners, Phoenix Snap, and this starts on Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. and runs through 3 different locations. These locations will be announced the day before the event. Once you register online, feel free to stop by our booth to pick up your bracelet. You will need the bracelet to get access to this event. And again, don't forget to stop by the booth. We have our demos. We'll be showcasing how a Backblaze works with Veeam, as well as our swag, which includes a blazing hot sauce, I believe, as well as we'll be doing a raffle giveaway. One of the things that we came across on the internet was this cool tool called Blaze Pods. It kind of ties into our brand Backblaze and us having pods in our data center. So we decided, hey, why don't we give away some Blaze Pods as part of a giveaway at Veeam? So come by. In order to win that, you have to challenge one of us. It's basically tools that allow you to test your agility, your focus, your motion, and you're timed basically on that. So if you beat me, I'm guaranteed for you to beat me. That's easy. You get a chance to win these Blaze Pods at our booth.
Sounds interesting. We'll have to check it out when we're down there.
Definitely.
What would you say are some of the big challenges that VeeamON attendees are facing in 2023 and going forward? And how does your company work to solve those?
So it's no longer a matter of if, but more of when a security incident will threaten a business, right? And with the ever-present threat of ransomware, it's really important that businesses think beyond backups, right? And how to make their companies more cyber resilient overall. What this means is really considering what do you do during a security incident, right? Including how you need to restore that infrastructure in the case of an on-prem disaster, right? When on-prem disasters happen, especially when it comes to ransomware, we've seen ransomware wipe out servers as well as the backups. But how quickly it is that you can restore is really important as part of that plan, right? Backblaze B2 not only helps customers protect their data with object lock and other enterprise-grade security features, but it also provides the more readily accessible storage so customers can restore immediately with no cold delays, right? With always hot storage, right? There's no worry of glacial retrieval times or basically getting charged a whole bunch of money to retrieve that data, as well as there's no egress fees for recovering that data into your location. Right? Egress is included in our offering Backblaze B2 Reserve. And lastly, a Backblaze exclusive instant business recovery solution that we've been talking about, offers this fully managed on-demand disaster recovery as a service with affordable silver and platinum plans, right? And these come at a fraction of the cost of the traditional DRaaS services that exist out there. With instant business recovery, right, you can spin up a bare metal service on demand and install Veeam and install Veeam in the cloud kind of deal and instantly start recovering your data, right? Also, 24/7 DR support from our partner, Continuity Centers, right, ensures that you can respond to an incident quickly and effectively and to support your business continuity in the event of a data disaster.
So it sounds like all the folks that are going to be at VeeamON this year definitely should get you the Backblaze booth in their must-see list. It's going to be a lot of fun. You've talked about that. And I'm sure you're going to have lots of great demos to show them at the booth as well. But for the folks who are watching this video, is there any way you can show us something now give us a little bit of a demo, just so folks watching can see what it looks like?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll love giving demos. So what I'm about to show you is how you can configure and enable immutable backups from your Veeam backup and replication software. When you open up the Veeam console, it's really easy. You just go into add a backup repository, right? And if you don't have a Backblaze account, I encourage you to go to backblaze.com and click on B2 Cloud Storage and sign up for an account. I'll work with one of our channel partners who can get you set up in that capacity. Once you sign up for an account, you go and grab your application key and key ID. These are the credentials that you will need to access your account through Veeam. You can create a bucket to make sure that you have a place to land the backups in. Make sure your bucket is enabled with object lock, because this is the feature that's going to protect you from ransomware. And basically nothing can modify those objects once they're locked for that specific amount of time. And going back to the Veeam console, you basically set up a backup repository. You point the backup repository to Backblaze B2. You then configure a scale-up backup repository if you're trying to achieve a 3-2-1 backup strategy by having one local copy of your backup on premise. And when you define a scale-up backup repository, you can configure the capacity tier of that scale-up backup repository to be the Backblaze B2 repo that you've configured in the step before. And once that's done, you make sure you have immutability checked, and you're off to the races. You start running a backup job, and you can start backing up your data to Backblaze.
Great. We'll look forward. We'll watch that video right now and let folks see what it is you're talking about.
Hi, I'm Greg Hamer with Backblaze, the astonishingly easy cloud storage solution. In this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is in Veeam to create a local storage repository. This demo is using Veeam 11, but it works the same with Veeam 10. In Veeam, having a local storage repository is necessary before adding a cloud tier storage destination. What we cover here is old hat to most Veeam users. However, we created this video for Backblaze B2 users who may be new to Veeam. This video is a companion to another video that will walk you through how to add Backblaze B2 as a cloud tier repository in Veeam, and then how to create a backup job with object lock enabled that uses both the local repository we create here and the cloud tier repository we create in the next video. This architecture is proven effective in protecting your data from ransomware attacks. So after finishing this video, please look down below for the link to the other video. Okay, let's jump into Veeam. If you are following along in your environment, go ahead and launch Veeam and connect when you are ready. Now, to repeat, to create a scale-out backup repository, which we cover in the next video, you must first add a local storage component as a backup repository, so we will start there. So first we have to navigate to the backup infrastructure section, and I'm going to just bring up a little magnifier to highlight in the bottom left-hand corner that backup infrastructure is what we want to select on. And then once we've selected that, we then want to go to the top left and select on our link for backup repositories. And now the ribbon along the top is highlighting in the top left-hand corner that we now have the option to add a repository. So we're going to click on that button, and that opens up a dialog, and it asks us to select what our backup repository will be stored to, and we are going to store ours to the direct attached storage. So I'm going to select direct attached storage, and the next question in this series of dialogues is what we want to use, Microsoft Windows or Linux, and for my illustration I'm going to use Microsoft Windows. So with that, it is now opening up a dialog to create a new backup repository. And I just want to highlight that along the left-hand side, there's going to be a series of dialogues that we need to go through, a total of 7 here, that we will use in creating a new backup repository. So we're on the first of the 7, which is name. Then after that, we go through server, repository, mount server, etc. Now, as a convention, what I'm going to be doing is just generally accepting default. So for the name here, it had backup repository 1. I'm just going to insert a letter D in front of one for demo, for this being a demonstration. So with that, I have now completed this first of 7 steps. So I'm going to go down and click the next button along the bottom, and that brings up the next dialog, which is related to server. Now here on the server dialog, along the right-hand side is a button that's for populate. So I'm going to select on populate, and then that is going to go out and do a lookup connecting to my server and show me what storage I have available. Excellent, it's now concluded. And for my demo, I'm going to use my E drive. So with that, I'm now finished with this second of 7 dialogues. I'm going to go down to next, select next, and next brings us up on repository. And it defaults to using on that drive a directory called backups. As I mentioned, I'm going to put a D1. I put a -D1 on there just to identify that this was related to my demo. So with that, I'm going to accept all the other defaults here on repository. I'm going to go to the bottom and again select next, and that brings us up on the 4th of our 7 dialogues. And related to mount server, we're just going to accept the default. So I'm again going to go to the bottom and select next, and that brings up a review, and everything is fine for me. And so I'm going to click apply. And as I click apply, it's now going out and creating that repository for me. And you can see that that's now all concluded. And so this was step 6 out of 7. And so we're going to go to the bottom and click next one last time here. And that's going to bring us to our summary. And with that, I can click on finish along the bottom. And we have now completed creating our repository. So we see the newly created repository now shown here in our backup repositories. And that's all we came for. If you've been following along with me, congratulations. You have set up a local repository. And again, what I've created here, we will be using this in the next video, demonstrating how to add Backblaze B2 as a cloud tier repository in Veeam. And then in that video, we will go further and also demonstrate how to create a backup job that uses both this local repository and the cloud tier repository. So thank you for joining me here. Look down below for the link on our next video, and it has the title Backup Veeam to Backblaze B2 Cloud Storage. And I look forward to seeing you there.
Thanks for that great demo. Where can people go if they want to find out more information about Backblaze and some of the things you've talked about today?
Yeah, so if you're going to be at VeeamON, please do stop by our booth. Here's a URL that allows you to schedule a meeting with one of us at the event. And this also gives you a guaranteed access to some cool swag. So schedule a meeting. We'd love to talk to you about data protection and how you can modernize what you're doing today by leveraging the cloud. And if unfortunately you can't make it to the event in person, obviously we have our virtual presence on VeeamON Online, or come by our Backblaze website, www.backblaze.com, and you can sign up for an account and get going. It's really easy, and I want to focus on really easy to get going. But if you love talking to us, hey, contact sales, and we'll be happy to help you out.
Great. I want to thank you for taking the time to speak with VMblog, and we look forward to seeing you at the show.